So like, share, and subscribe. Frankie Diamonds TV. Follow me on Instagram, Frankie Diamonds TV. This is the Future Save Me album review. This is like a 7-track album. It's in an EP format. I'm not a big fan of the short songs, the short albums like that, you know. But that's what it is. This shit was short and bittersweet. Now, notice I said bittersweet. I don't think it was, anything to go home and write about. I think this album lacks replay value. I think it's something to bump for the weekend. It's something to ride with your homies to. It's something to hotbox the whip to. Excuse the car. It's something to maybe ride to the club to for this weekend. But I think by this time next weekend, we'll be moving on to something else, bigger and better things. And I've been on record to say I haven't been impressed with a Future album in maybe 2 years. Maybe I just got high standards. I don't know. I didn't even have any standards for this album. I was just like, oh, okay, Future dropped it album, all right, whatever. I usually judge albums based off lyricism, melody, and overall substance. You know what his subject matter is, so substance, let's just go ahead and get that out the way. Melody, he definitely got that. He's primarily a singer. He's not really a rapper with bars, so I can't judge a Future album the way I would a Nas album or Royce da 5'9" or some shit like that. But getting into the whole meat and potatoes of the shit, Save Me is the album. The one that stuck out to me, the best joint on this album, St. Lucia's, hands down. That's the best joint on here. That's going to be on the radio, in the club, by tonight. Everybody's going to be fucking with that. You're going to see captions of the lyrics on Instagram, Facebook, all that good shit. That's the joint right there that sounds like 56 Nights, Beast Mode, Vintage Future from a couple years ago. That sounds like something that got left off the album and he kept it for this joint. Shotgun, that's another one that rides. It kind of sounds like Promise from Sierra. A lot of people was like, oh, he sampled. He didn't. It sounds like it. I think it's just him being petty, trying to take a little nub at her. But if that's the pettiest he can get, then that's really weak, because compared to the shit her and Russell Wilson are doing with the baby, that ain't nothing. But that's a whole nother subject right there. I don't want to get off topic, but that's a joint that's hot. Shotgun. And then Extra. That's the honorary mention. Extra, ironically, is another joint that's dope on here. Other than that, I'm sorry. I give this album 2 out of 5 stars. Call me hard critic. It's subjective. I just didn't think this album was nothing to go home and write about. I thought this album was cool for the weekend. It's cool for right now. If you bored, if you got to go through a 12-hour shift, if you just chilling, you smoking, put something in the air, it's cool. Now, die-hard Future fans and people who are sheeps, they gonna fuck with it because they just program like that. But if you got a real opinion and you heard it, let me know. You might think the album is the best thing since Sliced Bread. You know what I'm saying? Betty White. Betty White came out at the same time Sliced Bread. But I personally just didn't think the album was all that. I wouldn't say I was disappointed because I just really didn't expect nothing. I will say, if you're going through some shit and you're sad or you got some sorrow, I would not recommend listening to this, because you'll probably jump off a fucking cliff or drive off the nearest bridge. This album has a very sad, depressing aura to it. And you could tell he's going through some shit. I don't know if Future's is playing around. I don't know if he's playing towards the people that really are going through depression just to kind of give them something. But I know if I was sad, I definitely would probably hang myself after listening to this. It's very sappy, slow. Oh, you don't understand the artistry. I just don't want to hear no sad shit. I'm sorry. Save me from the blues. If I want to listen to some sad shit, I'll go listen to an old B.B. King album or something. You know what I mean? Like I say, 2 out of 5 stars, man. Holla at me.